Alright everyone, and welcome to my Merciless Kaneshiro's Palace walkthrough. I've made this in a way to hopefully make it as easy as it can be for you. I know it's on Merciless, but it should carry across at all difficulties. And I'm mainly showing key points here, so it should keep the guide to quite a short time, so I'm hoping not to waste too much of your time here. Now what you see on the screen now, ignore the date in the corner, that's just a date I hit it in another guide of mine. Ignore the evening steps, all you need to know is them shadows on the bottom left and them tasks on the top right that you want to fulfill before you leave. So the shadows there, they're the weaknesses, their shadow name and the persona name, sort of in a rough order you'll come across them. Hideout and infiltrate palace. Now when you reach a treasure, before you reach it you want to loot all the chests and all the yellow breakables. We're going to capture Queen's Necklace Treasure Demon, but I'll explain that a bit more at the start of the video just after this. You want to get all the will seeds, which you should be doing anyway. You want to get all your allies to level 30. Fusion Alarm, you actually encounter that tutorial when you reach a treasure, just when you're about to leave. I'll explain that to you when we get there. And you want to leave with about 150,000 money. Right, so that's what you need to know before you get going, guys. And let's get on to the first step. The start of Kaneshiro's Palace. First you need to gain entry to the palace. Just interact with the boarded up front door, and then you can interact with the golden pig in the corner, and you'll find a secret crawl space really well hidden underneath that golden piggy bank, and you can get your way into the bank via that way. The first thing that you'll encounter when you get into the bank, you'll head around the corner as you follow the path and you'll enter a battle shadow. It's a scripted battle, you can't ignore it, and you'll get a showtime tutorial. Now showtime only triggers when you have one of the allies. You do unlock more showtimes later on, by the way, but this showtime it's only between Ant and Morgana, so you always need at least one of them party members to trigger it. You don't need them both, but at least, as long as you've got at least one of them party members, you'll be able to use it. So you want to try and keep Ant or Morgana in your party. After that showtime tutorial, just up the stairs from where you finish the tutorial, there'll be a breakable. Now in that breakable is a treasure demon. Now I advise leaving that treasure demon for now, because if you do not find a treasure demon in the palace, that breakable contains one which I know for sure. So if you don't find one without a palace, that breakable will be there later, so we can save reload. We can just keep coming in, breaking it. If no treasure demon, we can reload the save, come back in and try again until we get a treasure demon. It's just a fail save in case you don't get a treasure demon in the palace, in case you're having bad luck. So showtime tutorial, guys, and do not smash that breakable up the stairs. Just move on with the palace now, just moving your way through. It's a pretty linear route. You want to grab a key card now, and with that key card you'll be able to access the elevator and you'll be able to take the elevator down. So do that, guys, and I will see you after that. Now you've dropped down from the elevator, you've gone through the vent and you've dropped down from the rafters. You want to make your way to the bank vault now, to the locked door. You know when you'll get there, I mean it's a huge door, how can you miss it? But you'll encounter a lot of cameras now. Now do not walk into the area where the cameras are pointing. You'll be able to see that there'll be like a green or a blue light. Now the green ones, they're permanently on until you turn them off. The switches normally always past the cameras, and the blue ones turn on and off regularly. So you just got the blue ones, you just have to wait a second for them to turn off, then you can run past quickly before they turn back on again. So just make your way through to the bank vault door, clear any shadows along the way so you level up naturally, breakables, chests of course, and try and disable the cameras when you can. And I'll see you at the bank vault door. Once you've reached that bank vault door, guys, you now want to get your first will seed, and as you make your way to that first will seed, you'll encounter your first savage enemy. Now all the savage enemies are lightless, and you do actually encounter a few more throughout the palace, so you may not want to farm this one. But once you've got the will seed, if you push on through the palace a bit more, you unlock a shortcut which will bring you back to the savage enemy, and you'll be able to get to a safe room quicker, and also you'll be able to reach a door quicker, which will let you leave the area and come back in to refresh this enemy. He's weak to sight, and he gives you a lot of XP upon defeat. But like I say, you may want to farm him a bit now, or you may want to wait for later on. It's completely up to you, but he's a good enemy to farm. So you want to get your first will seed, guys, and push on, and I will see you on the next part. After getting that will seed, you now want to make your way through the palace until you've got both vault keys. Now you have to disable a lot of cameras along the way, and eventually you'll be able to gain access into 2 rooms, the security rooms. The first mini boss is the Tornado Devil. He's one of 2. He's weak to 0, so make sure you bring a 0 attack with you. I actually haven't here, but you want to make sure you got a 0 attack with you, so you either want a persona with a skill or you want Ryuri in your party. The second mini boss to get the other key is the Raging Water Demon, and he is weak to nuke. So as long as you have Makoto in your party, you should be okay. After you've got both vault keys, you can gain access to the vault, and I will see you at the vault door, guys, ready to get some money. Once you've got past that vault door, you'll be in a laundering office. Now there's a lot of cameras in here. The step of this part is to get a second will seed and to head down the next elevator and down to the lower parts of the bank. Now what I will do, I'll just leave this bit up just so you can see exactly how you find the will seeds. Basically that first long corridor you find with the cameras and all the office tables in, that is where I'm beginning from. So just follow this and you should find the second will seed. After that, just make your way through down the elevator and it will take you into the lower parts of the bank vault. Now you're in the bottom parts of the laundering office. You just want to make your way down now, go into the save point, save your game, and then engage your first major mini boss. Do not engage that mini boss before you save your game. On the way down you'll encounter a few savage enemy and a few chests, so just make sure you kill the shadows on the way down, loot the chests. This first major mini boss is the Tornado Devil, Raging Water God, and the Samurai Killer. Tornado Devil's weak to 0, as you know. The Raging Water God is weak to nuke, as you know, but Samurai Killer, he doesn't have any weaknesses, this one. So what you want to do is cast ailments. You can use and Stormina and just try and get technicals on him. If you're lucky, you may get and to trigger a Showtime. If you use the Showtime on Samurai Killer, hopefully that should finish him off. But it's not too difficult. You can restart this if you die, and you can always reload that save point if you want to try and change anything up. So once you've killed them, guys, make your way down the elevator and into the main part of the vault.
Get it, Skull! We've got some options, but we better find a weakness.
Persona! Ravage them!
Looking cool, Joker!
Persona! Go down!
I'll use my persona! Out of our way! Persona!
them!
Persona! Feel my rage!
Check out this new skill!
I have something.
Now you're in the main part of the bank vault. You now just want to make your way through until you reach the next mini boss. Now be some password terminals here you're going to encounter. I'm going to show you the actual correct code for them in the order you reach them. That's the first one. That's going to give you access to the vault first floor. In the first floor I'll give you the answer to that one as well. You want to try and put in these codes last, by the way, because when you do they'll allow you to warp back to this main floor of the bank vault. If you put them in and you choose not to, you can't accept that again. You'll have to run all the way back. So try and clear that part of the vault first before you input the code.
Just a shadow.
And after this floor, the vault first floor, there's the actual answer here. You'll be in vault second floor. I'll show you the answer for that one. And then after the vault second floor, you'll be able to encounter your first mini boss. The first mini boss off this part of the bank vault, sorry. Now he is weak to bless, the life draining spirits. It's weak to bless, so kill that, and then I'll talk to you again, guys, after you've killed that mini boss.
You're mine.
We're all knocked down! That was incredible, Joker!
Let's go. There.
Nice, Joker! Here ain't no weak spot! Do us proud! The enemy is strong! Defeat it quickly with blast attacks!
Once you've killed that mini boss, guys, you want to press the buttons on these keypads here. Now there's two routes you can create when you press these buttons. You want to make the route on the left, the route to the west, because what will that do? That will gain you access to the last will seed. Now as it's the last will seed, there's a mini boss just before it, so make sure you head all the way back to the save point first. Once you've unlocked the way to it, head all the way back to that save point, save your game, then come back here and defeat it. It's a guard dog of hate. It's weak to ice, so you can use ice attacks. And for anybody else, you want to try and cast an ailment if you can, so you can get technicals, but ice attacks should suffice. You should be able to get him down fairly easy. So defeat him, grab that last will seed, guys, and then we'll be doing the last part of the palace.
Let's do this! What's my next move? Persona! Hey! Persona! Feel my rage! Nice! Your gambit worked!
Persona! Come! There!
Persona! Alright! Persona! Knock down, please! You have them on the rope! It's yours!
Yes.
Not over yet!
I am thou. Goemon!
That hit its weak point! Keep it going,
Persona!
Fox!
Goemon, strike! Persona! You're mine.
Kaneshiro.
We're almost there now. We just need to reach the treasure now. I'm going to show you the code again for the next code. There's only one more keypad panel we need to learn the code for. I'll show it on screen, and then you would have reached a treasure. After that, you'll reach the centre of the vault and you'll be able to reach the treasure. Now, just as we leave, there's going to be a little fusion alarm tutorial which I just want to speak to you a bit about. So just reach your treasure, guys. There's a code for the terminal, and I'll see you in the velvet room just as we leave. Fusion alarm tutorial. Now you encounter this after you reach a treasure on your way out of the palace. The twins will grab you, get over here, and they'll pull you into the velvet room. Now you can manipulate this later on to your advantage really easily, but to begin with it's quite limited and it's quite RNG based part of it. I don't really want to touch on it too long, so I could be here for ages explaining it to you. The RNG parts, if you just read the tutorial, you should be able to know what I'm talking about, and you can experiment with this for a bit if you want. Just make sure you save before you do anything. Well, you really want to save before this tutorial, because once you leave, the fusion alarm will be finished. You want to save before you try to leave the palace, because then you can just reload and you can keep triggering this tutorial. Now what I do in my actual calendar walkthrough, because I try to just control this to begin with, all I do is I itemize our scene. If you itemize our scene during a fusion alarm, you get like an advanced form of the weapon that you normally itemize this into, so I definitely recommend that. And also, now training persona during fusion alarm, it's not really that useful. It's not really that useful in the game, locking down a persona, but doing it during a fusion alarm, it allows you to double your incense. You might not have any incense, but if you do, if you put one into lockdown and leave them in there, you can actually double your incense. And if you leave them in there for about 4 days, you'll probably gain 5 extra stats to that. That's what I actually do in my calendar walkthrough. What you have to do, don't send the calling card the next day. You want to wait a day after, so leave the palace, wait a day, and then send it 2 days afterwards. And then when you come back, take them out of lockdown, that incense would have worked and just have a bit better stats. But really, it's completely up to you guys. Nothing really do it. It's really advantage for the next boss fight. The things I'm going to help you with on the next boss fight, I will be talking you through them on the boss fight video. But for now, that's a fusion alarm, guys. Like I say, that's what I recommend. But you can just do what you want for now. Experiment with it a bit. Maybe you'll get a really lucky persona. But that's it, guys, for this Kaneshiro's Palace Merciless guide. That's it, and I will see you on the boss guide hopefully, which is going to be a separate guide for this. Catch you next time, guys.